Me, I wake up in the morning and I'm shutting all the windows. I have my blinders, my sunglasses. I love to be in dark spaces because I think that's a classic photophobia or a photosensitivity issue that we had, right? So I did not do a lot of the modeling opportunities that I got. Also, not that I ever wanted to model; it was never in my mind. It came my way someday. Someone saw me. They're like, "Can you model?" But I didn't take that up because of this. So that's when I realized, okay, that's something I can't do. I shouldn't do because it can cause a lot of physical strain. So how do you handle those worries when you have, oh, if I'm a dubbing artist, I'm gonna have to travel, a lot of movement. How do you handle those thoughts? And do you have alternate plans? What is on your mind?
Okay, so yeah, if I already told that if I could I couldn't travel for becoming a dubbing artist. I might do dubbing at my home, or like if I couldn't become a dubbing artist itself, I might become a psychologist or anything related to psychology. So yeah, and that's why I'm studying psychology after 12th.
Oh, excellent, excellent. That's some clarity, Aksa. You have some great clarity of thought. I have to give it to you.
Thank
Um,
you so much.
it's not easy because when emotions take over, it's difficult to be rational. Do you agree? Because you get
It's still happens to me. Should I become this or this? Like there is still not any clarity. I'm still confused. What should I become after this?
does it ever overwhelm you?
It does a little bit. Yeah, when I'm not able to, decide. It does overwhelm a bit, but still it's fine.
And how do you handle it? Like, because even I want to learn from you. I'm handling it in my own ways, but I think other patients who are watching this can also learn, from you how you handle it.
Handle as in
That conflict, that I'm not able to take a decision. Oh no, then the mind starts thinking, right? You go into this thought process, this loop of thinking, and then you feel overwhelmed. And there were moments I would feel so overwhelmed, especially when I turned 20. That was a very difficult year for me. A lot of crying, a lot of breaking down, the inability, the lack of clarity, and the inability to take a decision was there. So in those moments, how do you handle it? I would talk to my family; they would comfort me, saying a lot of stuff. But how do you handle? Does it ever reach a point where you tear up, or you're like,
take a lot of times. Yeah, it happened to me too, like when I couldn't take any decision, or when I'm like in a difficult situation, when I'm not able to decide something. So I same as you, I might break down, or start crying. So I might take a decision, I might take advice from my family or anyone else. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, that you should talk to someone, that you should talk to someone who might help you, and not like think of it and keep thinking of it. So yeah, they might help you. You should especially talk to your family.
Right, right. I mean, since you spoke about family, I think that's another thing we have in common. We have families who are very liberal, giving us the space to choose what we want and giving us the emotional support that even if things don't work out, take it slow. We are there to support you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm coming to this.
It's 7 o'clock.
I'm going to come to this topic, which is by the time I turned around 18, 19, I decided I wouldn't tell my parents all the problems I'm facing. Like, say I have a body pain or something, I would try to handle it on my own. I didn't want to. Do you have those thoughts? Like not telling them? Like, I remember when I was around 19, I suddenly started overthinking. I was like, oh, am I being a burden to my family? Those thoughts.
Same. Yeah. So I have a story of it, like a moment of it when my mom and my brother were like making some calculation of money, that how much it spent this year. So most of the expensive were mine, my medicines, my this, my that, and I felt like, oh no, like my medicines and my like most of the expensive were mine. So I was like, oh no, I'm my burden to my family, and why my like medicines are so expensive and everything. So yeah, that it happened to me, but I was like, no, I will, like when I will turn 18 or 19, I will start earning and pay them back and my expenses back. Yeah, that's what that it happened to me. Like I felt like I'm burden to my family. And like when I was when my foot started paining now, I told my mom, but at night now she was like too frustrated because of me, because she was sleeping. So I like handled my pain to myself only. Like I started bearing my pain. Yeah, it will happen. Like it will get cured.
That is a lot. It's a lot. I'm gonna try and not tear up because I think those are emotions even I have gone through. You could have so much pain in the night, but then you're like, I don't want to wake up my mom and dad. How
Same.
long will I do that to them? Okay, I'll pull through, or I'll just take a painkiller.
Yeah, same thing happened to me with this.
Oh, Aksa, here's a warm hug.
The virtual hug.
Virtual hug. But I know you told me how your concern was the expenses, and even I have been on a very few set of mabs that were imported, like obinutuzumab and all. We were paying 3 lakhs per infusion, and of course I would I wanted to work and somehow, at least if not, I can never and it's never a question of repaying, but you feel that oh, I don't want, because of me that thought process can happen, right? And you told me how you told yourself, oh, when I become 18 I will earn and in a way repay them or sustain myself, right? But how did you handle it then?
Okay, so I was like, one day I was crying because of this word. I thought because I'm burden to my family. So my mom asked me, "Okay, what happened to you?" Then I told mom, I'm like, literally, you are paying so much expenses for me, and this medicines are so expensive, and like, so she told me that it's fine, and you are not like it's nothing for you, and like you should not worry about it. And yeah, because of my mom, I stopped thinking that much. I talked to my mom, and she took care of me, she pampered me. Yeah, it's fine, there is nothing to think about it, and don't worry about it at all. The same thing happened to me, like when it happened to me recently when I was like walking. I could not walk, and my mom was in verge of crying. So she my sister asked her, okay, what happened to you? So I overheard them talking about me. Okay, I'm worried about her. What will happen? What is happening to her, and why she can't walk? And yeah, but then even I was about to cry seeing her like that. But like I told her at that night only, okay, mom, don't worry about me. I will be okay. I will be fine, and everything will be fine at the end. So yeah.
She's traveling. So I think it reaches a point where as patients we have to motivate our family and loved ones.
Yeah.
Do you do that often? Do you have to motivate your parents often?
Yeah, it happens to me. Like my mom is like, Aksa, when will you get fine, and when will you start walking? I still can't walk properly now. So when will you start walking again? And yeah, so my joints are paining, and I'm like, mom, it will be fine. It's just a phase. Even the doctor said that it will be fine in 6 months or 2 months. I just have to like take medicines and take care of myself. So it will be fine. That's okay.
Yeah, it moves from where your parents are trying to motivate you to you having to motivate your parents and loved ones.
It reaches a point that we might have to motivate them too.
Yeah, patient becomes a caregiver, no? Now that you are a 17-year-old and you're going to be an adult soon, what are the typical worries or anxieties that you have? Because now you're no more a 12-year-old. You're reaching adulthood. I'm sure there is a difference in the concerns. Like back then you were worried about your body image. Now it could be career. What is the difference, and how do you handle it?
Yeah. So it always like triggers me, or like worries me that will I able to earn again, like earn or something like that, because I'm already 17 and I see my friends earning at that age. Sometimes I see some of my friends earning at the age of 17, and and whenever I see like that, it always happens to me. Like even I want to earn, and I want to be independent, especially of being independent when you can't even walk by yourself and you have to take like support of your mom or someone else. So yeah, that's like I have to be independent at the age of 17, but I can't. So that's the worry of it.
I think I know that concern. I think I decided to get my driver's license not because it was a big deal or anything. I was like, that is my one step to getting less dependent. You know? I was like, I want to learn driving because now I started going for my blood test alone. I didn't want to depend, and I totally get this concern. I think as when you move from juvenile lupus to adult lupus, one of the major concerns is ability, which is one, physical dependency, and two is the financial dependency, isn't it?
Yeah. So we just don't want to be like dependent on someone else because like we are becoming an adult really soon. That's why.
So true, Aksa. So true. I think it's beautiful that you're able to talk about it. I think it starts with the fact that, I have these issues. I started facing these anxieties when I was around 19, and I started talking about it. I spoke to a psychologist about it. I spoke to my family about it. And another issue, one of the biggest concerns I also had was I didn't have financial literacy. Like you said, you see people making investments, all of that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything. Only thing I know is monoclonal antibodies, cyclophosphamide, how to read blood reports, and my medicine. So how did you handle it? You tell me that. I want to know.
So yeah, when I saw someone, people of my age earning, or people making like even traveling alone. People of my age are traveling alone, but I still can't do that. So yeah, even true story, I talked to my brother about it, and he was like, it's okay, not everyone earns at the age of 18 or 17. Some people earn at the age of 22 or 25. So everyone has their own career. Everyone career starts at their own time, so you don't have to worry about it. So just be like relaxed and like don't worry about that much and don't think that much. And especially I think a lot, like overthinking always like hits me up.
Same. I think that's a common symptom in all lupus patients, is just overthinking. But shout out to your brother. Such a wonderful thing to say, honestly. I remember also like my brother, mother and father, but also my brother. I remember like once I just called him. I came back from work feeling so tired. I was just sitting on my yoga mat. I just called him and I started crying for like 20 minutes. He was not in my house at that time, and I was like, his name is Krishna Das. I was like, Katie, how am I supposed to function if I can't, just if I'm feeling tired so soon, if I'm not able to carry my own bag because my shoulder is paining, how will I survive? In the wild, I would have been eaten by now. Because we are in society and there is equity, a little bit of equity, I'm surviving. What will happen to me? So you have also had those concerns, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Aksa, I really appreciate it.
Vachas, I have a question that do you feel like that am I gonna live anymore? Like next moment, am I gonna die or am I gonna survive or something like that? Do you feel like that?
So when I had meningitis, my brain, right? It was a little this thing, and I got bad infection. I was on, there was something called a Fenta patch because of pain, and I was not even using the washroom for days, and I was in the ICU bed, incoherent in my own zone. I was like, looks like this is the end. That I was feeling that, that this is, I'm not gonna last and all. But that's when I realized lupus is a disease that it will not let you live, neither will it kill you. So death is a healthy thought. We should all think of death, isn't it? Because it's a fact. Not thinking of death is like also a very unhealthy sign. It's like you are scared, so you're not going to think of it. That is very stupid. But I think with moderation, I know that medical science is also progressing. There are a lot of medication. I have faith in the medical system. I know that, we will live. I mean, it may not be, the question is, the quality of life is always a challenge. Like you and I are alive now, but what's the quality of life? You're not able to walk. I am vomiting every day. So these are existential questions that can come. Does it come to you? Do you feel existential sometimes?
Yeah. Like when I was not able to walk. But no, when I was on my kidney biopsy. So I was told to like bed rest for like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
So at that point I was like, at such a young age, I'm like, I have this disease and like I'm on my bed. I should not live like this and like only die. And like and I had that thoughts that I should not live anymore or something like that. Because I couldn't move or couldn't like go out or in the sun and like that.
So true, Aksa. And it's not a wrong thought. It's a very natural thought. I'm sure every patient has gone through it. Of course, this thought beyond a point is not good, but it's a very natural thought, and even I have had it. There was always, I would tell my mom and dad, what is the point of me being alive? I'm on the bed all the time. I'm vomiting all the time. I'm having tummy pains. My body is hurting. I'm on infusions. I'm catching infections. Even now I have the infusion mark here. It's like a tattoo. So I'm like, okay, now that it reminds me of the famous dialogue, no? Babu Mushai's Zindagi badi honi chahiye, lambi nahi. And and I would say I'm not afraid of death, or I'm not afraid of how long I live. But when I am alive, I want to live a good life. I want to be able to walk. I want to be able to see the world. So these thoughts were there. Did you ever have these thoughts?
But just can we like pause for a bit?
Sure.
Because my brother wants to enter.
So we were talking about these thoughts, right? So did you have those thoughts? How did you handle them?
Sorry, I forgot what it was.
We were talking about, your question was about death and life.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like,
So I had this like thoughts about like what's the point of living if we can't walk, or if we are already in the bed. So like it's better to die than to live like this. So that's what I was saying. There are sometimes thoughts like this, but it's fine, like, but it shouldn't get more than that.
True. The part that we need to emphasize is it's very natural, and it is absolutely fine to have these thoughts. But if the thoughts are taking control of you, then you should seek help, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's such a beautiful question, Aksa. I mean, I never like. That's so true. And I don't know, like in my case, I'm just going to talk about my case. So in my relationships as well, even in my romantic relationships, there was this really nice person that I was with, and was extremely understanding of my health condition. Of course, we didn't We didn't make it. We ended it a while back, but it was very respectful, very pleasant. There was a lot of understanding. And to all loopies out there also, I want to make it clear that you should know how you should be treated, and you should be treated nothing else but like a queen, with absolute respect and dignity. And whether it is with your friends or romantic relationships or families, there has to be empathy and respect. Did you ever come across situations where certain friends or your whether your crushes or even family or whoever were not able to were not kind, or were not understanding a situation, or were rude? And at those moments, what did you do? Did you end the relationships? Like I remember there was one friend who couldn't understand my situation, and was a very unhealthy friendship. So I cut the friendship. I ended it. I was like, I don't need that sort of negativity or something pulling me down in my life, right? And even a relative, there was one relative who was always negative about everything, and I stopped talking to that relative and I cut down. So how do you balance healthy relationships in your life, whether it is friends, whether it's family, relatives, everything?
Okay, so there was my one friend, like we are not friends anymore, but yeah, so I told everything about my lupus and about everything, my problem and my symptoms. Still, whenever we used to walk together, or we used to take a walk together or anything, she used to be like, why do you walk so slow? Or why are you walking so slow? And can't you just be so fast and stop working like that? So yeah, I felt bad at that time, but after that I didn't cut my friendship with her, but after some point it got ended anyways.
Right, you limited it, right? You reduced.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so after that I cut in my friendship with her.
Right. So I think all lupus patients, especially when we are in teenage and when we are in the late teenagers, early 20s, our friends are a major part of our life, right? So I think it's very important for us to know whom to keep, whom to not keep.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, we should know that which are the right people in our life and which are the wrong people, and we should not cut down all the who are not nice to us and who are not treating us nice. So we should not let us in their life.
Absolutely,
let them in our life.
Whereas that should be the ground rules, isn't it? That's so nice. So we'll come to the last part, which is, if you had to tell 2 to 3 things to juvenile lupus patients, to young lupus patients watching this video, what do you want to tell them? It can be anything under the sky.
Okay, so I would say to all the juvenile lupus, as I was also diagnosed as a juvenile lupus, that do not let everyone else treat you as a patient. Like, you should be treated with care and with respect, but do not let anyone treat you as a patient, or do not anyone think of you as a patient. And I would say, I know that you would be insecure about yourself and your body, but try to love yourself and be nice to yourself. Do not harm yourself like I did, and with the crash diets and everything, but eat healthy, exercise, do yoga, and take care of yourself, and please be kind to yourself. And I would say that your family you might get mood swings, and you might get frustrated, but and take it out on your family, but they will care for you. Your family is your everything, and you should always remember that your family is only one who will take care of you.
So true. And what would you like to tell the parents? Even I will answer that question. But what do you want to tell the parents of juvenile lupus?
Okay, so I would tell the parents that your child might be facing some problems. She might not tell you, but you should like ask them and like understand them and like take care of them. And also like take like sometimes people don't want to travel alone, but don't let them travel alone at that state, and like go with them everywhere to the rheumatologist appointment or to the blood test appointments and everything. Because at that age we want to go alone like everywhere.
So true, so true. If I had to answer that question, I think if I have to tell other lupus patients, other juvenile lupus, I think it will be the same thing that I want to tell the 14-year-old me, and the same points that you mentioned. But as parents, I would say learn to strike the right balance between how much to care and how much to let go. Because if you're going to overdo it, you're going to make the child more dependent, and you do not want to do that. At the same time, I think the child needs to know that no matter what, you are going to be there, right? That balance can be difficult. And I want to tell parents that parents and caregivers of juvenile lupus should seek help, should speak to professionals, speak to child psychologists, speak to experts, speak to their pediatric rheumatologists, understand how this works, understand psychology of teenagers, and learn more about the disease. And I think parents should also be able to provide a very safe, conducive space for children to be able to come and confide in them, especially when you have lupus, I think.
That's a really great thought, which is
yeah. I guess we are coming to an end of the session, Aksa.
Okay.
It's just been stunning hearing you talk. I just want to say one thing, which is I appreciate your honesty, and I immensely appreciate and admire how you were able to talk about your fears and insecurities in a very clinical, matter-of-fact way. Hey, these are the insecurities I have. I am afraid, and I have the fear that I might be dependent. I have this fear that I may not be able to, earn for myself, or I have the fear that I'm a burden. Whatever, these set of fears are there, and the fact that you could talk about it so matter of fact and in such a clear way is something I admire, and I think it's the epitome of emotional maturity, and just the fact that you could talk about it like that is amazing, Aksa.
Thank you so much, Vasu.
What is that one thing you wish, the guidance you wish you had? In what aspect?
It's 7:30.
I think the guidance I wish I had was with regards to my diet, like nutrition. And the next thing I wish I had guidance was with regards to medical facts. Because when you go online, you get 100 search results. You don't know where to take what. You don't have anyone to talk to. And two was with regards to nutrition. These are the two things I wish a professional or a expert guided me. What is it for you?
Mine would be diet as well, and other thing would be like I wish I was told that I should exercise and like do physical activities too, because I never knew that and I never did any exercises. I was really like because of fatigue I never did any exercise. I still don't do it, in fact.
Right. So you feel like there could have been a lifestyle guidance, right?
Yeah. I feel that I should have a lifestyle.
Right. It's so well put. Yeah. What to eat, how to exercise, how to maintain a daily routine.
Yeah.
I think I also wish I had guidance, but we are also doing the lupus and lifestyle page, right? So we'll get experts to guide us, physiotherapists, simple exercise that you can do from your bed, to, energy foods that are anti-inflammatory in nature. So we will be able to get some sort of daily guidance through that page. We'll definitely work on that, Aksa. But
it will be really great.
I agree. Definitely. We will definitely benefit from this. Thank you, Aksa. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Vajas. And it was really nice talking to you.
I'll be very honest, for me also, it's very inspiring talking to you. I feel like yeah, Aksa is doing it, I can do it too. Why not? Yeah, and I'm always there, and I think we have each other. That's the best part. The role of a support system is so important that we know you're not
And
alone.
now it's really good that now I have you. I can ask anything about lupus to you, and
Anything.
even I always do ask you whenever we call. I have one question in my head.
I know, I know. I'm glad, and if I don't know the answer, I can always connect you to an expert who knows the answer, and it's wonderful that we have each other in the support system. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's
yeah,
really great.
yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, it's really great that we have each other, and like we can like you because of you. Like I got to know so much about lupus, and I didn't know that much about lupus, and honestly, and like lifestyle and yoga and everything.
Yes, 100%, Aksa. Definitely. And I just want to thank you once again. We'll do more of these. And lots of love to you. And if I'm in Bombay sometime, even if it's for a few hours, I would love to meet you.
I will love to.
All right, Aksa. Catch up soon. Thank you once again. Bye bye.
Thank you. It was nice talking to you.
Same, Aksa. Please get some rest. Are you tired?
No, no, I'm not.
We are perpetually fatigued, I know, but get some rest. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.